All right, we are live, and I got a super chat waiting on me. Was that a super chat there? I think I had a super chat already waiting on me there. I'm not even sure. I've been running around the shop trying to get these cats out of here. If I had some doors, that'd be a lot easier. Maybe one day I'll finish these doors. All right, so my monitor's connecting. I do. We got a super chat already from John, my good buddy from up north. $25. He must have done that before I even come on. I've never had one of those before. John, hope you're doing well up there. Tim Fuller with us there. Hello, Tim. Let me see here. We are finally connected. Mr. Bagwell. Rough weekend for you guys. I was pulling for you yesterday, I tell you what. That was a hard game to watch right there. I watched the whole game. Very disappointed. Let me see here. Where are we at? I think everything's working all right. Rainy day south of the snow line. So good. So it's been raining down here, but it was about 61 today. The temperature is pretty good. I'll move you guys over. All right, trying to do this without shaking the camera. I'm the worst for shaking this camera sometimes. Stand by. One day I'll get this down pat like a professional. There we go. So that works out pretty good. We got the monitor right behind me and the camera going right here. It's the best I could do, I guess. So let me see here. Got Josh. Got K&J Lumber. A super chat from Mark. $10. Thank you very much, Mark. I appreciate that. Let me see here. Hello from Blairstown. My Tar Heels had fun with your Tennessee team. Yeah, one of our players set a record on you guys. 37 points. Man. At least nobody set any records on us. Old Connect there, he scored 37 points on you guys. Thanks for reminding me about that. Let me see here. Alaskan Awesomeness. I ain't heard from that guy in a while. Man, I see your stuff on Instagram all the time, but I need to yell at you. I actually do need to call you because I have a construction question. Gil, I will call you this week, and if I can't get a hold of you, man, I guess you can call me back. I know you're busy. I know this is your busy time of year, but I got a construction question for you. I was asking Killinger about it earlier. It has to do with drainage. And I can't figure out what's going on in one of my buildings, but you will probably know. Let me see here. Go on, Mama. Get out of here. Knock this, go on. Knock this camera over. My goodness. She does that just to make me mad. That's the only reason she does that. Knocks these cameras around. So anyways, so we got Killinger with us. Got Mr. Bond. How's your mother, Mr. Bond? I'm about done one of these lives here in a few weeks. I see here. Mr. Bagwell said so. Evidently, the best team won. I don't know about that, man. I don't know how they could play 4 quarters and not get one holding call against them. Come on now. That quarterback had forever to throw the ball. I don't know about that, but who knows? She's doing good and already giving out orders. So good deal. I'm not done live here in a few weeks. It's been very busy here for the past few weeks. Larry and Robin are in Pensacola, Florida. Gave you a shout out going through Tennessee. I'll tell you. I bet it's pretty warm down there. I was in Atlanta a few days ago. It was really nice down there. Don't ask me about the traffic. The traffic was horrible, terrible. Super chat from Brock. Keep up the good hard work, buddy. Well, I appreciate that. There's been a lot of that going on here lately, I'll tell you. But thank you for the super chat there, Brock. I appreciate that. Look over me sniffling here. I got a runny nose tonight. Forgot my tissue paper. Got Mike Painter in Arizona. I'm running the ice road up north. I'll call you when I get back. Okay. I will give you a call this week, man. I need to share something with you anyways. Good old guy there, Mr. Gill. He came down to meet me about 6 years ago. He was driving from Alaska to Carolina to a wedding. He has some family down there, and we met and hit it off, and I've been friends with him ever since. Runs a pretty large excavating company up there in Alaska. Does a lot of snow removal, but I guess that's pretty obvious if you live up there. Good guy right there, Gil Dorman. He won the giveaway actually a few years ago when we gave away hats here on the channel. Let me see here. Atlanta traffic is terrible. I'm used to it. I've been through it several times, but I hate it. I don't like it. I don't see how people can live down there in that mess, but I guess they do, and it's normal to them. Super chat from Mr. Bond from his mother Rita, 2 longtime supporters here at the channel. There goes my inheritance again. Man alive, I tell you what. I tried to give you a few weeks off there, Mr. Bond, but it looks like we're back at it again. I skipped the past 2 weeks doing a live. I just had so much going on here, guys. That's why you've not seen a lot of videos here lately. There's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that's going to come out really soon. Really soon. What in the world was that? Huh. Thought I heard something up on the roof right then. Got Zane from Oklahoma. Been building sawmills and tractors out of his Legos. Well, there ain't nothing wrong with that. That's the best thing not to think of when it comes to building with Legos. Hello, Zane and Lane there. I would attempt to pronounce your last name. Excuse me. But I'm not sure I would get that right. So I'll just leave it at Lane and Zane. I was able to eat steak twice for the last 2 weeks. I ate rice. So I had to switch it back up again. I was used to getting my steak every Sunday there, Mr. Bond. So I had to switch it back up. Santa Claus. Santa Claus. I hope not. I tell you what. He may fall through this roof. I tell you what. This is a pretty long span up here. Nobody gets it right. Yeah. Amstutz. Amstutz. Is that German? I'm not even going to try and pronounce that again. I'll get it wrong. Richard is with us tonight. I'm doing okay, Richard. It's just a very busy month. Between now and the end of the year, what is it? Today's December the 3rd. It is so busy here. Just so busy. We've got so many things in the works, guys. And you guys will find out about one of those things this coming week, either on the Thursday or the Saturday video. You guys will see something here this week. But I just lined up something I think it's bigger than that, to be honest with you. See, Helen. Hello, Nathan. Hope you guys can come Friday evening. We will see you there. I will see you guys there Friday. That's a little church dinner they have at my dad's church every Christmas. We will be there. Got Arthur in Arizona. Man, a lot of people on here tonight. I've not done this in a while. Got a couple of 100 people with us here. Got Frank in the Philippines. Can't wait for the new tractor to show up. So the new tractor is shipping out on December the 11th to the dealer. Hopefully I will have it here before Christmas. Hopefully. So if you're on Patreon, you know about the other thing as well. Yeah, Helen, we look forward to seeing you as well. Bruno loves going to that every year. He always enjoys that. Is that still a door or your workbench? This is a door. Maybe one day I'll get retired with wood. Old Tim Fuller right there on the screen to come down from Iowa and help me build this other door here. It'd probably be too nice to hang if he built it, though. He'd bring a bunch of his conditioned walnut with him there, probably. But yeah, it's still the door. It's still the door. I know. I had good intentions on having all this done this winter, or this fall rather. But a few things came up that I had to act on. Hello, Cabbage. Don't hit the tripod, Cabbage. Stay over there, buddy. But a few things came up I've had to act on, so that's why I'm kind of at a hold on everything right now. And you guys will understand here in a few days why. But a lot of stuff going on here. A lot of stuff going on. Good stuff, though. Got Mr. Rooster from South Carolina with us. Some Sinker cypress. That's always good stuff right there. My buddy Jake Dean down in Georgia, he cuts a lot of Sinker cypress. Up here, we don't have cypress for nothing. You got to have it trucked up here. All right, so super chat from Mr. Bagwell down in Georgia. He's licking his wounds from the football loss yesterday. Would like to do more, but hopefully Mr. Joe Main will be bringing me some blades this week. Well, there's Joe Main right behind him. I don't think they timed that either. So there you go, Mr. Bagwell. I got to pay him now. So that's funny. Got Mr. Bagwell doing a super chat, talking about Joe Main, then Joe Main comes in right behind him on the chat stream there. Good deal. I analyze our competitors and have noticed that all your videos are about mysteriouses inside of logs. Is your clock off behind you? It sure is. I need to fix that. I've not been down in this shop in 2 weeks, to be honest with you. Yeah, you're right about the titles. If you put out a video on YouTube and it just says sawing up a walnut log, nobody's going to watch it. Only half your people will even think about watching it. You got to put some type of enthusiastic title in a video, or unfortunately, people just won't watch them. It's just the way it is. I hate putting those silly titles on these videos, but if you want anybody to watch them and make a little bit of money off your work from the video, you got to put some kind of silly title on there. I wish you didn't have to, but it's the way it is. But you're right about the titles. You're exactly right. Firewood at the Furnace up in Maryland. Got Ohio with us. You see here on your head. Yes, it is. I can't feel it though. It's still numb. I go back in January to make sure all the cancer is gone. So hopefully it's all gone. I can't see it if it is. I wouldn't know if it was. Hopefully they don't have to cut on me no more, because that was very, very painful right there for a long time. Very painful. Sawed a walnut log and enthusiastically. Got David with us. Any cedar? Yes, a lot of cedar. Titles or body parts? Tim, I know what you're talking about right there. I know what you're talking about. Any types for a pipe clamp holder? You can never have enough. Any plans? I have some on the wall, actually, that I bought from Rockler, to be honest with you. Speaking of shop, recommend a camera inside. A lot of breaking our side of the Blue Ridge. Mr. Richard always does the clever numbers on the super chats. And if you study those closely, you can find out what Richard likes or what his hobby is. And he's good at it. But thank you there, Richard. Recommend a camera inside. You're talking about a camera for YouTube. In cold weather, there's not a good recommendation because all of mine go dead in cold weather, even the GoPros. The iPhones last longer than any of them, but the audio on these iPhones is not very ideal for video making. It's very aggravating. All right, security. Oh, I got you. I have the SimpliSafe cameras at my house. They work really good, SimpliSafe. Well, there's no better safe than with SimpliSafe, right? That's what all the little sponsored videos do all the time. But I bought mine from them, but it works really good. Good old SimpliSafe. They work good cameras. Well, there's no better safe than Simply. I can't remember what the catchphrase is. The horsepower on the dust collector is a 2 horsepower Harbor Freight dust collector. Works really good. I wish I had 5 horsepower because sometimes the line gets clogged up just a little. But it always clears itself out when you bring the sawmill back. So it's not too bad, not too bad. It works good. For what it is, it works really good. I have no complaints. It keeps up with it. Mr. John, 223. You guys are killing me here. Mr. John, that's John's second super chat of the night, guys. Let me see here. Got Bill with us up in New York. He's always with us. Got Mark. Have you done anything with the forge? The forge is going... Excuse me. The forge and all the components are leaving the timber frame because this is a wood shop and I've decided this needs to stay a wood shop and not try to be both. It's going to a building that I just rejuvenated here in the past 2 weeks. And you guys will see that in this week's video. I took one of my older buildings up there that I've neglected since we moved here, and I made it pretty nice, actually. I put some money into it and some new storage and some toolboxes, and it looks really good. And all the forge items are going up there. Excuse me, I had a hot dog right before I got on here, and I'm paying for it now. Walter is with us from down in Georgia. Hello, Walter. Good people down there in Georgia. Let me see here. We've got a couple hundred people. The super chat total, for those of you that are interested, We're up to $170. So the goal was always 100, and you guys always double or triple that every time. I really appreciate you guys. So really good here on the Super Chats tonight. I'll try to start doing these lives every Sunday. I know I took off the past 2 weeks. I've just had a lot going on here, but we're going to do these every Sunday night at 8 o'clock. So if it starts getting cold, I will turn on the wood stove, or I'll throw some wood in it, rather. If I got these doors finished, it'd warm it up here a lot faster. Maybe one day I'll get these things done. All right, so I think I'm caught up here. If I missed your comment or your question, look over me there. It's hard for me to keep up with everything on this monitor. You see here. I don't know what that was. Something else clicked up on the camera there. It was some kind of notification from YouTube, but I'm not sure what they meant. All right, so Mr. Bond with another super chat, $31. That puts him up to $81 tonight, guys. That puts us up to $201.40. Mr. Bond, I tell you what, I'm going to owe that guy one heck of a steak dinner one day, I tell you. Man, thank you very much there, Mr. Bond. I think out of all the lives I've done, if you added up all the super chats, I'm pretty sure Mr. Bond is number one on the amount of super chats that he's given over the years, without a doubt. Let me see here. You don't know how cold it is till you run a sawmill in Minnesota. Yeah, I would not want to know that. I would have a heated building. I'd probably have my sawmill running off 3-phase electric. I don't want any part of that, I tell you. I don't want any part of that. Got Mr. McFarland, just started my sawmill journey using the sawmill. Your videos have been informative. Well, good. That's what I want. That's what we try to do. We try to share the knowledge. And me and Bagwell, if you're going to be in Kentucky, Mr. Bond, there's a really good chance I'll be at the National Farm and Machinery Show. I think it's in March or February. I usually go with TYM. I think they want me to go again this year. So I don't know if you guys go to that show or not. If you do, I'll meet you up there. That's a really good show. If you've never been to that show, man, it's fantastic. It's my favorite show to go to. So many tractors and equipment. Man, it's a nice show. I really enjoyed going last year. I'm going this. Well, I will probably see you there. I will probably mark in my calendar. I'll let you guys know my concrete plans after first of the year, but whether or not I go with TYM or just go by myself, I will definitely go to that show. Retired Renegade is with us there down in Texas, another long-time supporter of the channel. What's going on there, pal? I spent a half day freehanding a board, oak log. That's the extent of my sawmilling. 36 inches, okay. I know what you mean by that. That's no fun right there. So, let me see. I think I'm caught up on that. Oh, so I got a birthday this week, guys. My birthday is, what is today's date? 2 days. My birthday is Tuesday. I got a birthday coming up. 2 more days. Very busy week here. I forgot about the old birthday coming up. Not that we celebrate my birthday, but it is a day, I guess. Where we at here? Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Well, appreciate it. For those that are interested, I'll be 44. What cake are we eating? I don't know. Whatever Bruno probably orders. He usually takes over. It never fails. It'll be my birthday, and we'll do what he wants to do. That's the way it always goes. Bruno's doing very well. He's up at the house doing his homework. Not homework. He done it earlier today. He was doing something with his book. I'm not sure what he was doing. He's doing very well. He's having a good school year. Let me see here. 40. Yeah, I'll be 44 this year. Hard to believe. The big 44, I tell you. Feel like 64 sometimes. I got sots older than that. Well, Mr. Bagwell, if you're that old, you probably shouldn't be up this late at night. It's 8 o'clock, our old timer. May want to get in bed. Got sots older than that. Mr. Bond better pitch in for candles. Oh, he's already done enough. He's already done enough. He's done enough there. Man, I'm just giving you guys a hard time. Let me see here. It's kind of neat. Got all these comments on here, and these guys have stars, shows there are different levels of the channel. It's kind of interesting watching this stuff and seeing you guys on here. Sorry I didn't do this for the past 2 weeks, guys. I tell you, we've had a lot of hurdles to jump through in the past few weeks on some stuff that's been going on here. That's good stuff that's been going on. My beard is older than you are. Maybe it's time to trim that beard. Does Bruno enjoy his YouTube channel? He does, man. He puts up like sometimes 10 videos a day, but they're all of his toys. But he loves it. Hopefully one day, if he decides not to go to college or whatever his aspirations are and he gets older, who knows what they'll be, to be honest with you. I would love it if he would just be my camera guy. That would be just perfect. Let me see here. All right. First college before beards were invented, I tell you. I have had a beard since about 2010. I've had one since 2010. I shaved it off one time for 6 months. Because I went back to the uniform division from where I was working. But then after that, I left that job. Not shaved since. Let me see here. All right. I don't have nothing new to show you guys either. As far as the shop goes. I guess the reason that one guy talked about a pipe rack earlier. All these pipe clamps were in that shop that I had to redo in the past week. I had so many tools in there. It was amazing how many tools I found in that place. Tons of them. Tools I bought years ago that I forgot about. Just tons of stuff. That picture over your shoulder, that is Danny Hamsley. Actually, that's not me. That's my buddy Danzy. Danny, he passed about 2 years ago. That's not me, actually. Good friend of mine up there. Had another good friend of mine pass away last week there in the sawmill industry. Had a heart attack. Mr. JR down in Georgia. I used to wear his hat and t-shirt on the videos years ago. I can see if I can find that hat. It's probably laying around here somewhere. All right. Have you had a beard since 91? No. In 91, I was in middle school, so no beard then. Probably a bunch of peach fuzz. No beard then. What we got here? All right. Speaking of shirts, I just ordered my Cado. I did as well. I don't get no cut on them either. It's my merchandise, but I have to pay for it as well. But I got the hoodie and the t-shirt both there. Mine came actually yesterday. I got to pre-order mine before they went on the site. But thank you there, John, for buying one of those. I appreciate that. It's a really cool shirt. It's got the track loader on the back. It looks really good. They done a good job on that. Birthday money from John. Thank you very much. I was wondering if somebody may come through with some birthday money there. I tell you what, I appreciate that. Can't wait for our Mr. Cado hoodie and shirt. Yep, they're nice. Mine came yesterday, and man, they're nice. What color shirt did you get? I got the gray. I don't like black very much, but I like gray, and the hoodie's a grayish color. It looks really good. Somebody had a question in here, guys, and I think I missed it. I'll try to jar this camera too much. Any idea why Wood-Mizer stopped sharpening blades? To my knowledge, from what I've heard, it was not very profitable for them. And I've been to the place at Wood-Mizer in Georgia, in Carolina, and in Indianapolis where they resharpen blades. And man, some of the blades they would get from people, it was a disaster. They would ship them in a box. Blades wouldn't be coiled up. They'd be covered in rust. And it was just not a good. I don't think they could figure out a way to make a profit by doing it. So they must have been losing money doing it. It just wasn't good. It was just, it's hard to do something like it and make money. And I'm going to be doing a video pretty soon with a solution for you guys that used to send your blades to Wood-Mizer. Hopefully it'll be a solution. And it may be some money up front, but I think it's going to pay for itself in the long run. Does Joe do sharpening? He does not. See? That's the thing about it. So Joe Main works for ICT Blades down in South Georgia, right there at the Florida line. They sell blades. They sell all kinds of blades. Circle saw blades, big band saw blades, chipper blades, all kinds of stuff. And they do zero resharpening, which tells you right there there's no money in it. I think for resharpening, you're better off buying your own equipment and doing it yourself. It's a skill that you'll learn really fast. The equipment's not too expensive. And when you factor in shipping your blades, because to ship blades, it's $30 one way. It's not a bad idea to do that. It's going to be a little bit of money out the door at the front, but it's going to come back to you pretty fast. There's just not a lot of money in that. There's not. And it's really time consuming. Really time consuming. Let me see here. Somebody asked me about some Canada. I'm not sure about those sharpeners. What did you do before YouTube and the sawmill? I was a police officer for about 15 years. I was a cop. Before that, I was a college student. I worked in physical therapy at a hospital. I was a CNA at a hospital. I was a secretary at a hospital. I was a security guard at a hospital. I worked at a welding place as a helper. I did electrical work for 2 years while I was in college. Worked at a grocery store, all kinds of jobs. I've done a lot of different stuff. Got 3 college degrees. But did a lot of stuff in my life, a lot of different jobs. Other than YouTube, the police job was the longest career that I had. So YouTube and sawmilling has been full-time since 2016. That's 8 years of that, just about 8 years. 7 years. My math is terrible. I wasn't a math major. I guess that right there shows. What did you want to be when you grew up? Oh, that's an easy one. John Walton. And I'm the closest thing I can get to him, I'll be honest with you. So that's what I wanted to be. Growing up was John Walton off the Waltons. And every day I'd get up, I feel like I'm living that life minus the 10 kids running around. But that was always my goal, and I think I've achieved that. Hopefully I can keep my holding on that and stay with this till I can retire one day, if I can retire one day. Got Mark with another super chat there. Happy birthday. Thank you very much, Mark. I appreciate that. Let me see here. Do you sharpen your own blades? I do. Okay, I'm going to be doing a video, guy, Mr. Russell there. I'll be doing a video between now and Christmas and go over my entire sharpening process and how much everything costs. So, and it's all Wood-Mizer equipment, but they make the best sharpening equipment, in my opinion. And I bought all my sharpening equipment. Nothing was ever given to me. But I'll show you guys here how I sharpen my blades in the best way I think you can do it and make the most money by doing it. And you can do it for people if you want to fool with it. You can make a little money as a small shop sharpening blades for people. But it is time consuming. It is time consuming. And the only thing that stinks about it is the guy that shows up with 30 blades in the back of his truck and they're all rusted and he don't know what profile they are. And then you got to sit there and go through 30 blades, get your profiler out, see what kind of profile they are. And man, it's a pain. It is a pain. No experience with the Lathe-Mizer. I do not. I've never seen one in person, to be honest with you. I don't have any experience with the Lathe-Mizer. I'm not sure. I don't have any details about that to share with you. I wish I did. Another super chat for Mr. Bond. Louisville, Kentucky Farm Show dinner fund. Half of that is for Bagwell if he shows up. You're exactly right. So Mr. Bond comes through again. The super chats, guys, are 251. It'd be cool if we could get to 300. That'd be really cool to see on there. But if it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm sure he would want it the next day. He would. I used to sharpen blades for a few guys. I still sharpen blades for a buddy of mine across town. And he'll bring me 10 blades and he'll say, call me when they're ready. He knows it may be 3 months. He's not waiting on me and he's not sitting around production sawing. But, okay, the Wood-Mizer rep on the phone seems stumped. Call Wood-Mizer, call Newnan, Georgia. And, I think there's a lot of guys down there with experience with that lathe miser, if I remember right. And I could be wrong, but call Newnan, Georgia Wood-Mizer. Ask those guys about it. There used to be 1 or 2 guys down there that I knew of that knew a lot about that lathe miser. I can't remember their names. Let me see here. Happy birthday. Well, thank you guys very much for the birthday wishes. I'll be 44 in 2 days, and I'm getting a really good birthday present on Tuesday, because that's when I finally acquire something I've been trying to get for the past 5 years or so. And you guys will find out about it hopefully by Thursday, if not Saturday. If you're on Patreon, you know about it already. But appreciate the birthday wishes. Go for 400, swing for the fences. Oh. Can't lie, you suckered me in a few of those cherry views. We cut a lot. I cut a lot of cherry last summer, man. And that cherry needs to go into my dry kiln sooner than later. Oh, something else. So, I don't have any in here right now. Over on the website, we're going to be putting some white oak on there that I will sell to you guys and ship it to you Tuesday night, about 6 o'clock. There's going to be a video that comes out Tuesday night where I talk about it, and you guys will have an opportunity to buy some of these white oak boards that were harvested by horses over in Virginia. And you guys will see all the footage from that. That's going to be on my website Tuesday night, and the video will have a link in it. But for you guys that's been wanting to buy some more wood off of me that's not local, Tuesday night at 6 o'clock. I'll put the link in the video, and I'm just going to go over where the wood came from, and I'll show some footage, how the horses drug it out, and the sawing footage. So that's going to be coming up here sooner than on Tuesday. Wood-Mizer, Newnan, Georgia. Yeah, Nathan is the manager at Newnan, Georgia. He's actually retiring in January. Good guy down there. I think Joe Whitley at Wood-Mizer, Carolina, I heard he's going to be retiring as well come January. So a lot of knowledge going out the door come January, which I don't blame him. Oh my goodness. Mr. Lane, do not ever do that again. I tell you what, wants to give you his chore money for your... No, sir. Take that back right there. I tell you what, I appreciate that, Lane, but I don't want to... but don't ever do that again. I tell you what, I'm not deserving of that. But thank you there, Zane, for the super chat there. I appreciate that. Are you planning on replacing the 574? It has already been replaced. I've already done the paperwork on the tractor. I'm just waiting on it to get here. It should be here before Christmas. It's a really nice tractor. It's a lot bigger than the 574. It's a stout tractor, guys. I think you guys will be happy to see it, and I can't wait to run it. I've been wanting one of these tractors for a long time. Keep that white oak continue. I tell you what, John, the white oak bourbon industry has bought white oak. They've raised the prices on it to where if I wanted to buy some white oak logs right now, you can't barely make any money off of it. They have totally saturated, or not saturated, they've totally come down here and just taken over the white oak industry. A small sawmill, you can't pay $3.50 a board foot for white oak logs and make any money. Very difficult to do that nowadays when they're paying $3.50 a board foot for the logs. Man, it's high for white oak right there. That's more than some of your veneer walnut right now. Crazy. Crazy stuff, so. All right, guys, I think I'm about done. It's about a half hour. I'll try to do about a half hour on here. So going forward, I'll try to do these again every Sunday night. And Out of the Woods branding iron. I do not. But I've thought about it, and I've thought about it a lot here recently. But anyway, so what was I getting at here? In your opinion, is a tractor or skid steer more useful? It depends on what you need or what land you have or what you're doing, to be honest with you. In my situation, I need a tractor as bad as I need a skid steer because I have land, I have bush hogging, flail mower work. I got stuff I don't want to do in a skid steer. I don't want to get in a skid steer and rotill a garden or bush hog a field. You can do it, but I'd rather be in a tractor because I enjoy it. So having said that, if you can have both, you're better off. And I know that's more expensive, but I tell you, nowadays, it's a good way to invest your money. If you can invest it in equipment, that's not a bad idea. That or land. So, it really depends on what you're doing there, Mac. I tell you, if you're just doing nothing but sawmilling and that's it, get the skid steer. Get the skid steer. If that's all you're doing, get the skid steer. You'll never regret having it. And if you can, buy a brand new one. I had a used one in the past. I spent way too much time working on that thing. How much land do you have? I don't give that information out, Bob, because I have too many people that try to find me on the maps and show up here. And that's information that they use to try to locate me. Not that I'm doing anything illegal here, but sometimes people will show up here and unannounced, if you know what I mean, on a Sunday while you're having dinner. It'll be a mix. Survival school and construct. If you're doing construction, get this. I would do the skid steer. Get you a Cotto track loader, and you can buy a brand new one for a very reasonable price. That's one good thing about the Cotto machines. They're not inflated on the price of them. And the quality is just as good as these other machines, if not better. Let me see here. So, Jeff, I'm 70. Good night. I don't blame you, Jeff. All right, guys. So anyways, I'm going to try to close out here again. My birthday's Tuesday. I got a big event happening that day unrelated to my birthday. You guys will find out about that either Thursday or Saturday. A new video Tuesday night where I'll put a link in the video and you can order some white oak that just now come out of the kiln. And I'm not looking forward to packaging those boards up and sending them out because it's so time consuming, but a lot of you guys have been hitting me up wanting some lumber and some stuff for Christmas, so I think I'm going to try to make that happen. So that's going on this week, and a lot going on. There's a lot going on this week. Don't take any wooden nickels. An older man I grew up with used to tell me that all the time. Don't take any wooden nickels. All the time used to tell me that. I've not heard that in a long time. All right. So you guys have a good night. And on the super chat, Mr. Bond is with us. We got up to 261, Mr. Bond. So excellent night for the super chats. I really appreciate you guys. And for those of you that are close to Kentucky, start thinking about the National Farm and Machinery Show, and maybe we can meet up there. TYM is going to be there this year, and I may go with them. And I may go just on my own. I've not made up my mind yet, but I'll definitely try to be up there for that show this year. And I owe Mr. Bond a steak if I do. That's going to be a big old steak. That's going to be expensive right there. Ugh. He'll be wanting to go to Ruth Chris, knowing him. Won't be no Texas Roadhouse trip with that guy. He'll be getting his money back out of me after that one. So anyways, see you guys soon, and I appreciate you watching. And Mr. Bagwell. Yeah, don't forget Mr. Bagwell. So and over on the merchandise site, we have brand new shirts with Mr. Cotto on the back. Go check them out. There's a link in all my videos and all my posts. It's the new Farm Focus shirt that came out. Really good stuff. So, all right, I think I'm done now. You guys have a good evening. I appreciate everybody watching.